The 70th Miss Arkansas Tech University has been crowned, and her name is Kenleigh Garner, a senior from Hot Springs, majoring in communication and journalism. And we have the privilege today of visiting with Kenleigh. Thank you very much, Kenleigh, for making some time.
Thank you so much for having me.
You've had a few days to absorb this feeling of being Miss Arkansas Tech University. What is it like to live within that glow?
It has been busy, busy, busy since the day I was crowned. I've had one appearance after another. I've been getting paperwork turned in, and I got more appearances coming up. I've got a crowning I'm going to Saturday. I've got a trip to Kansas City for my state music on Sunday, and then in about 2 weeks I turn around and go get my headshots done. So it's just been busy, 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 but I'm having fun.
Your path to becoming Miss Arkansas Tech is very much a story of persistence, right down to the song you decided to choose to sing at the Miss Arkansas Tech pageant at Witherspoon Auditorium. For those who weren't there, share with us the title of that song and why it was appropriate for your journey.
I chose the song Maybe This Time from Cabaret, which this was my very last time able to compete for the Miss ATU title, and that song choice was very important to me because I thought of it as maybe this time this will be my time to shine. Maybe this time I will wear the Miss Arkansas Tech crown, and it ended up being true. It was this time.
That turned out to be a very appropriate song choice. As you reflect back on that journey and times when you didn't get the crown, but you still had a great experience and built toward that moment, when you reflect back on that journey of becoming Miss Arkansas Tech, what are some of the moments that you look back on and say, that really helped me grow and develop?
For me, I guess it was a lot of the experience that I had in the teen organization, because I did compete in Miss America's Teen for about 3 years. And each time I was met with a no, not yet. And that's kind of the mindset that I took with it, was no, not yet. It may not be this time, but it could be next time. And each time you just take it as a learning experience, as a growing experience. Even if you win the title, you think of it as a learning and growing experience. And I also like to tend to think of it as a job. You tend to go to job interviews, and even if you don't get the job, you take a lot from that interview and you learn some things about yourself. You learn about how you interview and how you talk to people and maybe what you can change from there.
As I mentioned, you grew up in Hot Springs, and from the outside, that seems like a community that really fosters the arts. And in addition to being a very good singer, you're also a very good dancer. That had been your talent at Miss Tech in years past. How did growing up in Hot Springs help shape you as an artist in terms of your singing and your dancing?
You were completely right. Hot Springs is a city full of the arts, whether it's visual arts or performance arts. I have met so many performers through living in Hot Springs. At my high school, we are actually a very performance arts heavy school at my alma mater. We had a brand new facility opened in 2021, which was very helpful for our performance arts students, especially our theater students, our choir students, our band students. It was able to seat more than 400 people, which we had in our old auditorium. I believe it sits now closer to 1,200 people. So growing up in that environment, growing up as a dancer, Patty Tackett, who is the Diamond State Princess coordinator, she was actually my dance teacher for 10 to 12 years, and that kind of helped me foster that dance aspect. I was in choir in high school, so I sang in our chamber choir, which was our top choir at my high school, and through Mr. Langley's direction, I was able to hone in my voice and learn a lot about how to sing and how to sing healthily.
As you graduated from Lakeside High School, it was just time to decide what to do next, and you surveyed all of your options, and you chose Arkansas Tech University. What was it that led you to pick Tech?
So, believe it or not, it was around this time 3 years ago. I was at Arkansas Thespian Festival at Russellville High School, and we had just finished up with all of our performance pieces. So I went to go check out all the college tables because I still wasn't sure what I wanted to do or where I wanted to go. And I met Professor Robertson through the theater department, and she had asked me if Arkansas Tech was on my mind. And I said, well, I had applied and I got accepted, but I haven't visited the university yet. So I had no idea what I was getting myself into. And she told me about Time Out for Tech that was happening in a week's time. I got home, told my parents, hey, we should go visit this college campus. It's like in a week. Can we do that? And my dad was like, okay, that's a couple days notice, but sure, we can do it. I walked onto campus for the very first time, walked into Tucker Coliseum, and my eyes just went wide like saucers. I could not believe how much of like a community that Russellville was, especially with it being a very similar size to Hot Springs. And when I walked around campus and saw how much the student leadership was, I knew I wanted to be somewhere that had that student leadership that allowed you to grow into those leadership positions. And I told my dad that day, I said, forget all the other universities. I'm coming here. And I had signed my letter of intent that day, and I had registered for all my classes, and I said, this is where I'm going.
And once you got here and had a chance to experience all that Arkansas Tech has to offer to its students, what have been some of your favorite aspects of being a student here at Arkansas Tech University?
If it's not the campus events that keep you constantly busy or make you have a lot of fun without ever leaving campus, I would have to say it's the leadership opportunities. I've had a lot of chances to grow as a leader, not only personally, but through student organizations. I'm involved in Greek Life, and I'm in Phi Mu, and I was part of our Carnation Council for a couple of semesters. I'm involved with SBJ, which is the Society of Professional Journalists, and it has allowed me to go on field trips to meet professionals in my industry and be able to ask questions and get internships. I've gotten through 2 internships so far, so the goal is to find a job this summer.
And you mentioned that Professor Roberson was key in recruiting you to Arkansas Tech, and that kind of came full circle last fall. You had a chance to have a major role in a production of Rent. If you could tell us a little bit about that experience.
It was a long process. Of course, all theater productions are. Auditions were in August. We started rehearsing in September, and we rehearsed all through September, all through October, getting to our opening weekend, which was November 6th, 7th, and 8th, I believe.
That sounds familiar.
It sounds familiar.
Yeah.
It was the first weekend of November. And it was a lot of work. I had to step out of my comfort zone multiple times, but as a human, you grow and you learn with those experiences. And in life, you're going to be thrown experiences where you're going to get out of your comfort zone. So it was a good way to kind of prepare me for things in life. And also that was how Jim Collins found out I could sing.
Well, and that has all worked out really well because now you are Miss Arkansas Tech for the next year. Off camera, you were mentioning that the scholarship that you earned through Miss Tech are going to help pay for your final semester of college next fall. So that's a huge benefit. And of course, right at the heart of what Miss America and Miss Arkansas Tech is all about are those scholarships. As you look ahead to the future and this opportunity to represent Arkansas Tech over the next year as Miss Arkansas Tech, what are some of the things you're looking forward to the most?
What I'm looking forward to the most as my year of being Miss Tech, I think the one thing I'm looking forward to the most is being able to just interact with the students, whether I'm wearing the crown and sash, whether I'm not wearing the crown and sash. I love getting to meet new people. My dad used to joke and say, I never met a stranger, which he's the exact same way, so it's probably genetic. And I can't wait to just meet these people, get to know their stories. And I've had people ask me how to get involved with the Miss Tech organization or how to get involved with the Miss America organization, because the one thing I talk about most is the scholarships and how much they help. And if you're an ATU student, even if you don't get the Miss Tech crown, if you win Fair Queen, if you win another Miss America prelim, Tech automatically gives you a $1,000 scholarship on top of what you already won if you competed at Miss Tech. Or if you competed and won and gathered scholarship money there, Tech adds an additional $1,000 to that.
Well, you will graduate from Arkansas Tech in December. You will help us crown the 71st Miss Arkansas Tech next February. Beyond that, what is the big dream for Kenleigh Garner?
The big dream is to continue my education and get my broadcast meteorology certificate through Mississippi State University, which I can do that completely online while I'm working. But the dream job, if I'm not a meteorologist, is to be a multimedia journalist. And I'm looking locally, hopefully trying to stay in Little Rock. That's the goal. But if not, I've been looking around other states, especially states around Arkansas, so maybe I can stay a little bit close to home.
She is Kenleigh Garner, the 70th Miss Arkansas Tech University. Kenleigh, congratulations on your win, and we look forward to your reign over the next year.
Thank you so much.
Until next time, so long, everybody.